This is Mike Swanson of Wall Street Window, and it's time for some crypto straight talk, something that's hard to find on the internet and on other YouTube channels. Uh, Here's the thing: the very mechanism that makes Bitcoin go up, that makes it a wonderful instrument of financial speculation, will one day be its undoing and will cause the next crypto crash. Now, I'm not saying it's going to crash today or tomorrow. I don't think it is. I think it's going to keep going up because of that very same mechanism that I'm telling you about. Now, what is that mechanism? It's the key to understanding what is going on in crypto. Let me show you this. This is a stock certificate for WorldCom. There's a huge difference between stocks and crypto. And everyone knows that because crypto moves up and down a lot more than the typical stock does. But it's completely different than stocks. You see, when you own crypto, you're looking at it on your phone, on your app, your trading account, and you see it fluctuate up and down. Well, so you say, well, stocks do that, but there's something different. You see, when you own a stock, you own a stock certificate. You might not have it in your hands, but you can get it in your hands. You can tell your broker to send you that stock certificate. And when that stock certificate is, it represents ownership. It's a legal document saying that because you own this certificate, you own so many shares in a company. You own a real interest in a corporation. And if that company were to get bought out by a bigger company, they would have to buy your shares in order to buy all the shares because you own it. If they want to take over the company, they need to control a majority of the shares because the shares represent a legal document in a corporate entity. Now, if a corporation grows its earnings, then those shares may go up in value. If a corporation earnings go down, those shares value goes down. That's why they can be measured by such things as price to earnings ratios, price to sales ratios, book values. It's all so-called fundamental analysis. And of course, if that company ceases to exist, goes bankrupt, goes under, which is what happened to WorldCom, which is what this is a certificate for, then the certificate becomes worthless because the company no longer exists. So this is worthless. But one day in the past, it was worth a lot because WorldCom was a valuable company in the real world doing a lot of stuff. So think about the Bitcoin and the crypto. You can't pay a dividend because it doesn't represent ownership in anything. It's a virtual currency that is backed by absolutely nothing. There's no earnings. There's no way you can calculate the value of what Bitcoin should be. Someone could tell you, look, the General Motors company stock should be worth X amount of money because the company earns this much in earnings. We can forecast the earnings are going to grow this much and therefore justify a price target. That's what Wall Street analysts do. But there are no Wall Street analysts that tell you what Bitcoin or other crypto coins should be worth because there's no possible way to put a fundamental value on the worth of the cryptocurrencies. And that is both their strength and what will eventually be their flaw. You see, if you can't value something on fundamental metrics or something based in the real world, then how do you value it? You value it on your imagination and the imagination of millions of others playing in the cryptocurrency markets. So when they say Bitcoin is at 60,000, that's just a price out of thin air created because people believe it's worth 60,000. If they say, I think it can go to 100,000, as long as the price goes up and people keep buying it, it has the possibility of going to 100,000. And the more and more people buy it, the more likely it's going to reach it. But it has no other reason for being worth that amount of money except for all the people buying it and believing it should be, because it has no fundamental value in the real world. It's not based on anything real. You can't hold a Bitcoin. You can't do much with it at all. It's just a fluctuating virtual currency. It has no fundamental store of value. It's that makes it why it's going up this year, why it is actually the perfect mechanism for pure financial speculation. And that's why so many are attracted to buying it and trading it. They're speculating on the price fluctuations on crypto, not expecting a dividend. They're not expecting earnings to grow, not expecting a buyout. It has no connection in their mind to what's going on in the economy. It is floating all by itself with a certain magical price. And that's what attracts the people in it who are trading Bitcoin, who are trading these other cryptocurrencies. But that's also the biggest flaw it has, because that's why in the past, crypto has completely crashed in times of financial stress in the economy. When the stock market goes down, crypto collapses because crypto is not a store of value. And if you're someone with a lot of money in a brokerage account, it tends to be the first thing you're going to sell when you see things going down the drain, because you know it's not based on anything you can make a fundamental argument about. And that means is that the day will come when the cryptocurrency market will crash, and it's going to become living hell for those that hold on during that crash. And that process of collapse will cause money to flee out of the crypto market and into safe havens. In the past, historically, that's been the bond market. But at times, it's also been the precious metals market. And things like this will rise in value. This is a silver bar, 10 ounces of real physical silver in the real world. I can hold it in my hand, unlike I can't do a Bitcoin. This can't be devalued. It can't be destroyed. This is solid. And when times become shaky, money will leave the crypto market, and silver stacking now will makes all the sense in the world for that eventuality when silver goes to the moon, because crypto will crash. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but every day that goes by, that day is coming closer and closer. If you want me to talk more straight talk about crypto and other dimensions about all these markets, hit the like button. If you want more video updates from me, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it, and YouTube will send you an alert as soon as the next video is up.